Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I am participating in the Off the Board with Pineapple Papers hop this month. It is a monthly hop where a bunch of scrapbookers take inspiration from their Pinterest boards. So I took some inspiration from my scrapbook and cards Pinterest board, which I will try to remember to link below. And this is actually a layout you can see up in the upper corner there. It's from Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. So I didn't really realize that when I chose this layout. And I know I do a lot of Scrapbook and Cards Today inspiration process videos on this channel. So if you are a subscriber, you will know that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so you get to see all those process videos that I do. But I liked the design of this, not because it was Disney themed, but more so because it had 4 photos on it, and I liked that design, and that was really what caught my eye. I had picked these photos of a trip to Six Flags, and I knew that I wanted to find something on my Pinterest board that would help me put those 4 photos together on a single page as opposed to trying to do a double page layout. Because 4 photos on a double page, that's just, it's too spread out. But 4 photos on a single page can sometimes feel a little crowded. So I saw this layout. It had 4 photos going across. They were all vertical. I have all vertical photos, so that's perfect. And it was a Disney layout, or it is a Disney layout. This is not going to be Disney themed at all. I'm not even going to be making like Mickey Mouse ears or anything like that up at the top. I'm going to kind of take it a different way, but just letting the basic design of this layout kind of inform what I'm doing here. And if you want to see what everybody else is being inspired by from their Pinterest boards, make sure to follow. Check out all the links below for all the participants of the hop this month. The papers that I am using are from the Echo Park Teen Squad collection. This is the girl version. I believe they also have a boy version. I really like this collection, and I am down to my last couple of papers and last couple of embellishments, especially once I completed this layout. So you're probably going to be seeing a couple process videos coming up soon where I'm trying to kill this kit and use up all the little leftover bits and pieces. So if you're doing a no spend year or a no spend month, you might get some good ideas from some of the stuff that's going to be coming up. So I've got my photos going across the page. I have kind of trimmed down that emoji paper a little bit. I think I took a 1/2 inch off each side, or a 1/2 inch off the top and 1/2 inch off the side. And then the very background cardstock is just yellow cardstock that was in a Michaels paper pad that I got a couple months ago. And I liked, I did that because the original layout you can see has red cardstock in the back and then white cardstock on top. I really like pattern paper. I'm not so much a fan of, strict solid color papers. I need to have patterns. I need to have lots of color and fun, bright stuff. So I like mixing patterns, and I'm going to add a little bit more pattern down there at the bottom to go underneath the photos, which is not something I don't think that was in the original layout. But I liked the stacking the 2 cardstocks on top of each other, so that's what I did there. I always like having a nice little frame or a nice border around the pattern paper in the center. And sometimes, if I feel like it, I will gut the paper, I will gut the backing paper so that I have like another square to use it with. And again, I guess if you're doing a no spend year, you'll probably want to do that as well to get the most out of your cardstock. But I chose not to do that for this because it can make the finished layout a little flimsy when you've taken out a whole section of the middle of your backing cardstock. And I wanted this one, especially with 4 photos, I wanted it to be a little sturdier. I know I'm going to put them in page protectors eventually, but it's just nice to have some sturdiness. So that's just something to keep in mind, but I'm not opposed to gutting the center of that backing cardstock. Now, I think in the original layout, the photos are all like straight across. I'm kind of angling mine just a tad, just for some more visual interest, and because my photos are kind of still big. I did trim them down from the original 4x6, but they are still a little large. Don't have enough to do any like photo matting, which I think the photos in the original one may have some a white border around them. Don't really have room for that, so I'm just gonna kind of angle them a little bit and layer them on top of each other. And I like seeing that torn paper coming out from the bottom there. I think that's a really fun element. And I have been inking the edges of everything using my black Hampton Art ink pad. So even the torn paper, I did a little bit of inking on the edges there. I think the photos, I inked all the edges. Now I'm just trying to create some layers going behind the photo. So the original layout has the big Mickey ears thing. I'm not doing Mickey ears. This isn't a Disney layout, so I have to come up with something else. So I'm just going to take a bunch of cut aparts and scrap papers and make some like banners and just do a whole bunch of layering coming out from the top of the photos. So there's a 4x6 cut apart card with the emojis, the same ones that are on the background pattern paper. And I'm just trying to find a couple other bright colors that are really going to stand out against that pattern with the white background. I'm going to cut this little bit here. It's like ledger paper. I had originally fussy cut a cassette tape out of it, so that's why there's a big hole in it, and I used that on a separate layout, which I don't think I filmed a process video for that, so I guess you'll see that when I do my layout share coming up really soon, actually, because this month is almost over with, and my layout share will go up at the beginning of March. So I'm, again, just taking a bunch of random cardstock. This is stuff that I kind of put together in a little baggie to keep everything together, things that like went with this collection. So I have the pattern paper from Echo Park, but I also have some scrap bits of solid color cardstock in pink and purple and yellow because I've used them before with this collection. And so I just kept them together because I knew they would come in handy eventually. So I got to ink all the edges of these pieces and kind of just place them or find a good placement for them. Yeah, I really like this collection, like I said. I also purchased some sequins to go along with it, and I haven't used them yet, so I really need to figure something out there so I can get those used. I was thinking for this that I might do like a shaker pocket of some sort, but I think there's just too much going on with the photos. There's no space for any type of shaker pocket, but I will figure something out with those sequins. I was actually just looking at them the other day, and it's more than just sequins. It's from a company called Buttons Galore and More, and there are like flat sequins, there are like little gems. It's a really fun mix, and I would encourage you to check them out because if you like sequins and you like making shaker pockets, especially if you're a card maker or you do Project Life pocket pages, these would be amazing sequins for those. All right, so I'm using my double-sided adhesive tape, my Scotch brand double-sided adhesive tape to stick this stuff down. And I hopefully have, I layer things up and I put everything where I need it to be first. And then I try to go back and get everything in the exact spot. Sometimes it doesn't always work, as in the case of this paper here. So I really needed something to go on the upper right hand side. I have like a little banner thing, and I know you can't see it because I've got the original layout covering it up, but you will see it in the close-up photos coming up here at the end. I just needed something a little bit to bring some contrast in between this light colored pink banner that I cut and the whiteness of the pattern paper there. So I wanted to add the purple paper there, and I placed it first to kind of see how it would look, and I really liked that, and then I had to take it out so I could put the adhesive on, and then I was like, wait, where did I have this? Because the way I had it before, I really liked it, and then I just could not seem to recreate that. It happens sometimes, and it's super annoying, but I think I got it in a decent placement, or at least in a place that's going to work well enough. I'm kind of like struggling here going, is that where I had it? I don't know. And it's a good thing that this adhesive is kind of removable so that I could mess around a little bit with it and peel it up and move it around and not worry too much about tearing my paper. So now it is embellishment time. And I have to be honest, I didn't have this original layout up when I was creating my layout, my version. I just kind of looked at it and got it in my head and then kind of went to town on my own thing. And I think that's a great thing to do if you're also trying to get like scrap lift inspiration or you're using a sketch, just like look at it and kind of memorize it as best you can for a few minutes, and then go do your own thing. And that way you won't feel like you're so married to trying to get things exactly the way that they looked on the original layout. So I'm just going to create a couple little clusters here using some of the stickers from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. They are so cute. There are a couple emoji stickers. There's some word phrases, so adorbs. Obviously, these have my kid is in these photos, so she's very adorable. So I have to include that one. The heart sunglasses are super cute. There was a little frame that I used just kind of as another layering piece up there at the top. And then I'm breaking out some Dollar Tree enamel gems. Great purchase. I have some in this light pink, and I have those in the darker pink. Obviously, they came in other colors as well. But the whole sheet for $1. And then I cut their strips, actually. I know I've said this before in another video, but they're strips, in case you missed that other video. And I just cut them into single pieces so that I can use them like I would, like enamel dots or regular adhesive gems, because they do not, well, they are adhesive. But if you were buying like regular adhesive gems from scrapbook.com or something. So now it's time to do the title, and these photos are at Six Flags during Fright Fest. So I decided to make the title be No Fright, and I have to say that I got really lucky. A lot of my titles, when I'm using alpha stickers, especially digging into my stash for alpha stickers, a lot of my titles are just, I come up with them based on the letters that I have available. So I was really surprised that I had a T in that very old Bella Boulevard alpha sticker collection. I'm always running out of T's and S's and N's and A's. So sometimes it's difficult when I'm trying to put together titles for my layouts, but I got really lucky on this one. Of course, I decided after I'd already stuck all the letters down that I needed something to go kind of like behind them. So I'm going to add that pink pattern paper banner piece, and I'm just going to stick that kind of behind the photo so it's like peeking out. Of course, that meant that the alpha stickers that I placed down, they were kind of overlapping the photo. So then because I lifted the photo up, then it messed up the alpha sticker. So I had to move those around a little bit, but I figured it out. So I'm going to add a little bit more of embellishments around that banner, so it's not just like a random banner there. I'm going to do a sticker that's a gemstone, and then one of the adhesive Dollar Tree gems as well. I'm going to add a couple more of those Dollar Tree gems. I also picked up a bottle of Nuvo drops in like a really cool glittery teal color. I didn't use those at all on this layout, but I purchased them when I bought this paper pack. And they're really fun too, but I kind of think that sometimes I don't like to mix Nuvo drops with adhesive gems or enamel dots too much, because especially these that I got from the Dollar Tree, I think they're just perfect on their own and I don't really need anything else. But I do need a spot to do some journaling. So I'm going to take one of the cut aparts. It has some words on it, but I'm just going to cover that up with some pink cardstock, stick it right there, and then have it peek out from underneath the torn paper. And that gives more contrast to the torn paper, between the torn paper and the emoji paper. And then I'm going to write my, journaling on there with my Zig writer in purple. I really like using different colors. Mostly I use like black and brown or blue, but it's really fun to break out like the pinks and purples, especially with pattern paper collections that are big like this. You can see there's a doll there because my daughter was down here with me while I was filming this. She was off from school, but I really needed to get this layout finished, so she came down with me. And I'm glad that you are here with me watching this all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have some close-up photos of the finished layout so you can see how everything turned out. Again, don't forget to follow everybody who's playing along with Off the Board this month. Their channels are all linked below, and you can also connect with me on social media. All of my social media links are below as well. So I hope that this was inspiring for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on the products and techniques that I used, and I'll see you guys next time for another process video. Happy scrapping!